All right. Hello and welcome to Drunken Dragon Gaming, where the drinks are cold, the meals are warm, and the games are on fire. Tonight we're continuing our playthrough on Eden Crafters with Pi and myself. He'll be joining us here shortly, probably about 15-20 minutes. And we are working towards that make the whole planet green idea. There has been some new stuff they've added into the game, though. Some really cool quality of life things. So the first one that's easy to show, we'll look at the map here. So now on the map, you're going to see these little lightning bolts and little water things. That water's showing us, we can literally put our mouse over it, and it's showing us the total in the network is per power. I think all my water is too close to the power to be able to highlight. Here we go. So this one, see, we can put our mouse over this one. And down at the bottom, it tells us just from the map, what are we producing, how much is the demand, how are we doing with it. So that is a handy little item. This here, you can see where all the power grid goes to and how far it's covering. So you can put on any lightning bolt and you can see how much power is in the network and what's the demand. And man, we're producing 21,000 megawatts and we're needing 5,000 right now. So we're doing pretty good. Go over here, look at our water network, and this has got 4,600 liters a second with only 700 in demand. Probably because we got a bunch of machines not running. So that's the first thing. Now the other two items that they added in are buildables. So over here in our build menu, come down to the conveyors. And so we've got our splitters and mergers, these are all normal. Then they added in this new item, the conveyor sorter. I haven't got to play around with it yet, but apparently you have multiple items coming down the sorter or down the belt, and the sorter could literally sort it out for you. We're not going to need that because we've got it where everything's all, you got a belt for each singular item. So it's, I'm not seeing us needing to use this, but I am going to build one and put it down just so we can take a deeper look at it to see how it functions. The last item that they have is made here in the assembling bench, and it's a tool. Let me find it. There it is. Rock deposit scanner. So it'll look for large rock deposits in an 800-meter radius. And this is a handheld scanner. And so it makes it easy for us to find some of those deposits that are often very difficult to find. So I'm really looking forward to having that available to us. Matter of fact, I think that's going to be the first thing we're going to do. Let's go ahead and make a microscope. And a controller. Alright. And then we come down here and we're going to make this tool. Alright, we have our tool. Now, how do I get that tool? There we go. We're going to put that tool right here on number 2. Wow. I'm hoping it shows up on the map or something. Oh, it does. Look at that. We got little rock nodes showing where all this stuff is. That is a lot of graphene over here. My goodness. It gave quite a range, too. That's impressive because we're sitting over here, and that's looking at deposits all the way out there. So that is a nice new quality of life item. The rock deposits are a little hard to see on the map. I will admit that. But now we can see these. And it looks like once we've scanned, they're staying on the map because now we can see basalt and graphene listed right here. Alright, now let's make this little sorter. I'm just gonna put it down on the ground. Select part. Let's just pick a random part here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're literally taking it where if you got a belt with multiple items coming down it, then you could have this have it come back through and just sort off that single item. The only way that would really be useful, to me at least, is if we had a way we'd have to have a way for the thing to wrap around back into itself. It doesn't like you standing on it, apparently. Kind of makes you slide around, makes everything vibrate a little bit. Okay, now, where are we at on the map? Okay, we're over here. I don't even remember what we were making over here. It's been a while since we played. Hope everybody's had a good Sunday so far. We've had a good Sunday. Alright. So, what was our next thing that we needed to make? Let's put down plant analyzer. Oh, we got one right here. Okay, cool. Build the atmospheric control tower. Alright, well that can pretty much be built anywhere. I'm thinking we want to have it inside that plant, inside that grid. Now that's a climate control tower. What does the atmospheric tower want? Oh, we have everything we need for it. Okay then. I'll get on top of that hill, I think. Hey, Thunder. Oh, we didn't level up a whole lot. I think I hit level. I think I hit level 5 right at the end of the evening. Ah, okay, I see. We need to connect these two power grids. And I definitely got some construction done. We now have, was it 3? Maybe 4. I think I've got 4 magic chests in the warehouse now. Might be 3. They're not sorted yet because there wasn't a need drill. I mean, until we get enough chests, I haven't been seeing a need to sort them. Just trying to get everything into the chests. Yeah, it was mostly construction work was what I was doing over the weekend. Trying to get the main base set up. We did wind up getting a few of the survivors, just so we could unlock some of the billables that we needed. And if you log into it, you'll see the at the main base. If you look above where the warehouse is, that's where I built our little, at least temporary housing. There's a bed in there for you. Hey, Chubby, how you doing? Oh, that water looks nasty. We're gonna put a thing down. Enshrouded. Easiest way to know what days I'm gonna be doing it, Joey. If you look on my Discord, in announcements, I have a channel in there called DDG Schedule, and it gives you my full schedule for a 2-week period. But typically Wednesdays is the scheduled day for it, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. I did not bring an O2 bottle with me. And it'd be easy enough to throw down a little outbuilding. Get my... Oh, there we go. We are connected. All right. All right, that's got the grid all connected up. Building that big ass tower up there used up a lot of power. It needed 5,000 megawatts. Yep. Oh, thank you, Tundra. Yeah, I know. We're gonna start taking damage. Don't think we'll make it back to the house. Can't swim either. Need a little construction bench in here. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we got a shroud scheduled for every Wednesday. I do like the new little scanner. This is really handy. But what does it scan? Oh, yeah, I know that unlocked the thing. Well, it hasn't unlocked it yet, but it'll get us habitats. And then it's going to be a matter of climatizing this whole place, running power everywhere, and then getting this entire planet turned green. I don't think we're going to finish this tonight. I think it's going to need one more stream to be able to actually finish this planet. But give me a quick moment. I'm going to grab a quick smoke. Now, we did get a few quests that we have not touched, Tundra. Saving those for when you were with us. However, I have one that I'm wanting to go after at the very beginning of next session. Because, got the Alchemist, and he's already given us the quest to get the Eternal Spell. And that way I can get the spell for my staff that never runs out of ammunition. But if I remember correctly, we got the Carpenter, got the Alchemist. I think that's it. Yeah, I think we got the Carpenter and the Alchemist. Run back to my head. Yeah, no, we got the Blacksmith, we already got right at the very beginning. And then grabbed the Alchemist. And then we had another thing that we were doing with the Alchemist stuff, and the Carpenter's location happened to be right next to it, so we ran in and grabbed him. Other than that, we haven't gone anywhere else. It was a bunch of resource collecting and getting stuff together to be able to get some of the builds done. Still wanting to unlock some blocks. So try not to build too much until we get some of the better blocks to build with. Trying. Even the temporary house I built is so rudimentary. It's just a big rectangle that's completely open and just has beds in it. That's it. The warehouse looks a heck of a lot fancier than the house does. Oh, goodness. Well, be careful, man. This tornado outbreak season's been pretty epic. Especially out in the Midwest. So we had our award program today. Our little Cub Scout got all of his belt loops. No, Pie's going to be joining. He just let me know he's going to be joining just a little bit later. Yeah, no. If I didn't have Pie available, then I wouldn't be doing the Eden Crafters. All right. Funny way to run power lines, just run a bunch of solar panels. Let's check our map. All right, we've already kind of greened this place, but not really. This needs a lot more greening. But all that water is getting used to make rubber. Alright, oh, we got 1,800 in the network, so... Alright, in that case, that makes it kind of sort of easy. Let's try building up here. Oh, too far. Let's build up here. Alright, let's put this on number 5. Put this on number 6. Stick that on 7. Alright, there we go. Alright, so number 5 first. You are going to be turned that way. And then 6. Be turned this way. Alright, then we're going to run a pipeline up here. I think the way I want to do it, though, let's do it like this. Yeah, I know this would never work as satisfactory. Okay, look at the angle of that pipe. Jeez. That's insane. I'm too far away. There we go. Okay. All right. This is running like it's supposed to. Hey, Pi.
There you go.
Yeah, Tundra was just asking what level we made it to on Enshrouded. I was like, we did not level up much. I made it level 5. Right.
I did 6 today, but only because I was in there looting for weapons in the farmer temple, or the farmer temple, and over at the alchemist hut where I got the mortar and pestle.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you wind up unlocking the farmer?
Oh, we did last night.
Did we? I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if we'd gotten her or not.
Yeah, we did. That was the last thing we actually did.
Okay.
I had to get Tundra the same beating stick that I have.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He will definitely appreciate that. So, let me go over with you. I did this at the beginning of the stream, but let me go over with you a few things that are new in the game.
All right.
Some really nice quality of life things. So the first thing is, if you pull up your map, you're going to see a bunch of lightning bolts on it.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep.
So now you can put your mouse over that lightning bolt, and it shows you the entire power grid that's connected to that lightning bolt. So you'll see there's other lightning bolts that don't show you anything because they're not part of that particular grid. But it also shows you the full grid and everything. The water network, it doesn't give you an area thing like the power does because the water doesn't do area.
Yep.
But you can still put it on the water. So it has a little teardrop, and it shows you how the water network is running for you.
Yeah, I see that.
So
that is a very nice upgrade.
It is. Now, the second quality of life item that they made, if you bring up your build menu by hitting Q, unless you change your keys, if you look in your logistics section where the conveyors are, there's a new item that's been added in there as well. It's right after the mergers and splitters. They've now got a thing in there called conveyor sorter.
Oh, yep, I see it.
Now, personally, I built one and took a look to see how it works. I don't know who asked for this because I don't see a use for it. What this conveyor sorter does is basically if you have a conveyor that's running multiple items on it. So you've got a mixed belt going. You can set this for one specific type of item to pull off that belt. But I still see that, causing us to have a backlog. So I'm having a hard time seeing a good use case for it with the way that things work in this game. There may be other people that do other kinds of builds that I'm just not familiar with that maybe that would be useful to them. So I don't know what you think of that.
I'd have to see kind of how it works to maybe think of a reason, but...
Yeah, well, if you build one and just stick it on the ground and then access it, you'll see what I'm talking about, because it's literally select the item you want sorted off the belt. It's just one item.
Yeah, so, I can see some potential reason for having a bill to use it. I can see that, but I'm curious as to how it would really function with the way the belts are currently set up.
Exactly. That's where I was going at with going, I'm having a hard time seeing a use case for this. Now, the last item, and of course I saved the best for last for you. What you're going to have to do, you're going to need to go into any one of our little houses that has a assembling bench in it. Yeah, and you're going to get something you're going to want to stick in your hotbar, by the way. So, let me know when you're at the assembling bench, and then I'll walk you through the next thing.
Give me just a minute. I was in the middle of setting up a new terraforming thing.
Ah, okay. Oh, I installed the atmospheric control tower before you logged on.
Cool.
So once you're at the bench, you need to make yourself one controller and one microscope. That way you've got those in your pocket, because we're not producing those, and we don't have a reason to be producing those. So once you've made your controller and your microscope. Hey, Midnight, how are you? Yes, the item you're about to get is just absolutely epic for the stuff that we do. Let's check the map, see where he's at.
All right, controller and microscope.
Yep. No, a controller and a microscope.
Yep, that's what I have.
Scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a tool. See it?
The rock deposit scanner. Okay.
It'll actually make graphene and basalt show up on the map.
Very nice.
Right. No more spending hours on end trying to find the one graphite deposit. And then I scanned over here where I'm at, and there are let me zoom in here. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 graphene deposits within my little 800-meter radius.
Well, we knew they were there, we just didn't know where they were.
Right? But now I definitely know where they're at. So right now, the thing that we're waiting on is for the atmospheric control tower to do its thing about giving a Earth-like composition of the atmosphere. So we are at that stage where we can really just be looking at. I don't remember what our current stack size is at. Did we get it up to 100 yet?
I don't think we did. I think we were still 1 or 2 or 3 short.
Yeah, so we need 3 more. 3 more tier 3 warehouses. And I can work on getting the warehouses made, but I kind of need to have a reason other than increasing the stack size. And the rest of it is going to be getting the climate regulated in our different cold and hot zones, and radiation absorbed in our radiation zones, and then making everything green. Hey, Dreadnought, good to see you, buddy. But what I'm also thinking, we've got spots where there's uranium nodes that actually aren't really getting used. And we could, because I plan on using the solar panels to kind of do the extend the power grid as far as we possibly can across the map,
Yep.
Like I've got this spot over here by me that it's making the gold and copper stuff. Oh, no, it's not. I'm looking at the wrong spot. Oh, sorry. It's over by you. But we just start running some extra nuclear power and then just tie everything together. But a lot of this is going to be massive amounts of pipeline and organics to get area fertilizer running. So it's going to be a lot of area fertilizers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I look at And I just installed another one over here. And so when I look at the plant analyzer, all right, yeah, I got a little extra green over here. But there's so much that's not green. But, you know, the water pump doesn't cost a whole lot as far as power goes, because it's, what, 16? And you build one. Oh, come on. Why are you not wanting to build? There we go. Well, and there's nothing in the game that will tell us how far our greenery has gone.
Yep.
Alright, there we go. That's going to start making things green. The challenge, chat, is going to be out here in these huge land masses, because you can see how much green does it get us over here? Not a lot. And we're going to have to make all this with some blue water. And we got whole swaths. As a matter of fact, I think we got an entire island that's untouched. Yeah, there's an island out there that we don't even have. We've never visited. Now, I do wish I could access the planetary analyzer remotely.
Yeah, that would be a nice little upgrade to have.
But the only things we got left to unlock is the housing and then finally the Earth control tower, you know. So the final thing to be able to say, all right, we're ready for y'all to come visit. But I don't think we're going to put the living spaces so far apart from each other. You know, put one out in the middle of nowhere that the only thing out there is, you know, area fertilizers.
Can't complain about neighbors then.
Right? Alright, how's this thing doing? Oh yeah, we're already 51%. That thing works quick. So you tell me which project you want to tackle, and then I'll tackle a different one.
I've been starting to do a little bit of the greenification, but not none of it yet.
Right. Well, and I was even telling chat before you logged in, that I'm looking at the amount that these machines are actually greening up in comparison to our other maps that we played in. You know, because our other maps we played in, I swear every single map that we played in other than this one are much smaller than this one, because you put up the area fertilizer on this one and you're going, okay, that barely did anything. So it's going to be a lot of pipelines running a very long distance. And then continuously adding in solar panels to continue the power grid connection. And wherever we find uranium at, which I know will kind of slow us down, but I think will be worthwhile. Where we find the uranium at, we should build a nuclear generator just to add. The other thing I noticed is that the train cannot carry fluid. It is limited.
The pipes can be super, super long.
Yes, they can. With no pumps required. Well, other than the one that goes in the water. I mean a pump on the line to make sure the
pressurizing pump.
Yeah. So we had a good Cub Scout meeting today. All the boys have advanced to the next rank.
Oh, good on.
I had one young boy that didn't make it to the awards ceremony tonight, so I'm gonna have to get with his dad to be able to award him his stuff. And I don't want to just give it to him. I want to actually kind of give him a little bit of the ceremony that goes with it, because there's a secret thing that we do with our troop, and which I think is really cool and really cute. But so the pack pulls from their funds, which is awesome. The boys get their new neckerchief and the class that goes on it to represent they've moved up to the next stage. Well, that clasp that goes on it, or I don't know what it's called, but basically it's a slide. Basically, it's a slide to hold it together. The thing is that you put it on upside down on purpose. And then what the boys have to do, and they have to prove it, they have to do 3 good turns, 3 good deeds of helping someone. And once they've done 3 good deeds of helping someone, then they can have that flipped over to right side up.
Huh. Interesting little way to do it, but I can see.
Well, and for young ones, it gives them that encouragement to go and do good things, you know?
Yep.
My son, though, I'm going to have to figure out what we're going to do with his belt loops. Because that's what they earn in Cub Scouts, at least from the lions, the tigers, the wolves, and the bears. They all earn belt loops. My son's belt is already half full, and he's just a lion. He's still got 3 more to go through earning belt loops, and I'm sitting here going, they're not going to all fit on that belt, not if he keeps going the way he is.
You need to get him a good old-fashioned, what do you call it, the belly band version, where it's just like this huge deal that you can just keep adding stuff to.
Right. Well, and it's because the belt is so freaking long. I mean, yes, you could cut it so where it would actually fit the child, but I didn't want to cut it because I'm going, I don't know how many belt loops are going to go on this thing. And so I didn't. And today, my mother actually came to the ceremony, which was really awesome for her to come and show her support and everything. But she gave me the idea of him wearing it, instead of wearing it like a belt, to wearing it like a bandero. And I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. And so I put it on like a bandero. I was like, oh, yeah, that looks really good. And so then he got his awards and his trophy. That, to be perfectly honest, that boy, he could care less about the belt loops that he earned. His big thing was the fact that he was getting his trophy today.
Yep.
For having first place, getting first place in the Pinewood Derby, that he wanted to make sure he got his trophy. And he did. He got his trophy with his name on it and everything, which was awesome. And then out of all the lions, he also earned the most belt loops because when we completed all the required ones so that the boys could move from lion to tiger. But my son did more electives than any other kid because he was there for every session. And so when we started going through all the electives that he earned all except for 2 that were on the list. And the 2 that were on the list were ones that we didn't have any way to do. Because one was, let's go swimming. Cub Scouts is over fall and winter and spring. The pool's not open.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard.
And then the other one was for boating.
Also a little hard.
Well, that's that. We live in the mountains. There's not a lot of water around here. Oh, thank you, Red Knot. Yeah, he was excited. And once he got 2 sleeves worth of belt loops. He's like, okay, cool. And then I started throwing them on his belt for him. And then when he saw what his belt looked like, he's wearing this bandero now, and his belt loops go from his hip all the way to his shoulder. So, yeah. But I will say that for the kindergartners, their belt loops are, I don't want to make light of it, but they are ridiculously easy to earn. Because there's not a lot expected of them. It's more learning about what it means to be a scout. And I'm learning all this too because I was never a scout. And I was telling my wife that, for some of these events like the awards ceremony, that's supposed to be almost like a reverent moment for the kids to really respect and show off the hard work these kids have put in. I told my wife that because my son wants to do color guard, he wants to be officially a flag bearer. He wants to learn to fold the flag properly and wants to be able to present the colors, which I think is absolutely epic. And from what I can tell out of our troop, he's the only one that is interested in doing that. But Scouts of America, they have some very specific rules for that. And it's recommended that for the boys that are going to continue as Scouts to go ahead and get their Cub Scout shirt so they've got a place to put the patch they've earned and all that kind of stuff. still had to get the pants. For my son, we have to get the pants and everything because in order to be color guard, he has to be dressed in full uniform. Where's the pipe? There it is. So I'm going to get him his full uniform. I'll try to get him a shirt that's a little... I don't want it to look ridiculous, but I also don't want to be buying a shirt every 6 months because those things aren't in it. They are not inexpensive.
Nope, and against acrylic weeds.
Yeah, well, and it's actually uniform, so uniforms are even pricier.
Yes, they are.
But I'm super proud of him of wanting to do that. And the thing that inspired him was actually from having gone to camp. Because at camp, you know, they had the actual color guard and the raising of the colors and everything. And he's like, I want to do that. And so I was like, okay, cool. Well, then I'll happily get him set up with his uniform and everything for that. But then I think he's going to want to dress in his full uniform every time we go to Cub Scouts. Only because it shows off all the things that he's done and earned and whatnot, you know. And I talked to my wife about the fact that they've got the den leader uniform. And since I'm the den leader, I was debating on getting a uniform for myself. Thankfully, I'm done growing, at least. I'm done growing up. Apparently, I'm not done growing out.
Oh, that's a struggle.
But I had a hard, and I'm still having a little bit of a hard debate. But my wife gave me a little bit of inspiration. But because I was never a Boy Scout, I was having a hard time reasoning out getting a full uniform for myself. And my wife pointed out, going, yeah, but you are the den leader, and wearing a uniform like that makes you stand out. It shows you as being part of leadership. And she's got a uniform that she wears for Girl Scouts, and she was never a Girl Scout. So, I'm taking her advice and going, all right, well, in that case, I'll go ahead and get a uniform. Looking at how quickly this thing greens, and looking at the area of influence that this greening has, and with our plan to do the entire map, even if we have a couple sessions of us doing nothing but having to run pipe and whatnot, I'm starting to recalculate how many sessions this is going to take.
Yeah, this might be a bit longer than we thought.
Right? But man, these area fertilizers, if you're placing them in just the right spot, just outside the edge of where you had some others where they were affecting the area, they fertilize really, really quickly. So, and I figured out that the boys are going to earn their first 2 belt loops as tigers. Which is going to be exciting because one of them is super easy to get, and it's one that you can only get this is one that I found interesting. It's one that you can only get if you are actually transitioning from one level to the next. So if you're coming in as a brand new Tiger, then you can't get this one. But it's fun time in the summertime. And so basically during that summer break, you have the kids get together and go do something fun. And there you go. Done. They earned their belt loop. And I was already planning on them getting together, so I'll actually have them. They're actually going to get to earn 2 belt loops in one go. Because the swimming thing, they couldn't get that. And I'm all about swimming safety and whatnot. And one of the other den leaders is actually a certified lifeguard. So I'm actually asked her to come help out with the lesson with the kids and teach water safety around the pool. And then let the boys just go swimming and have a good time.
Hmm?
Where's the edge of this? It's down here. Alright, let's get a water pump. Come on. Oh, and one of the families, it kind of surprised me. I definitely did not expect this, but I was told this just proves that I did a really good job. One of the families really appreciated me being the den leader, and they got me a gift basket with some really random stuff in it. And I mean, I'm looking at the stuff that's in it. I'm going, all right, I don't know if this is a gag gift or they're just trying to tell me I'm old. Because they got me like pain reliever cream and stuff like that. I'm just going, I'm not sure what they're trying to tell me here. But there's a thank you note in there telling me how much they really appreciated me being the den leader. I'm like, okay. It's a very strange gift, but okay. Yeah, I'm not going to complain. Got a little medic kit, whatnot, so I'm sitting here going, well, hey, this stuff will be handy for me to take with us whenever we do camping trips and stuff. That way I've got the stuff on hand. For just in case. Yeah, sadly we didn't get to do quite as much with the trains as I had hoped to in this run, but we haven't really needed them.
Yeah, we did kind of find a nice little happy balance.
I mean, bringing the phosphorus over to you, I know is helping to that one area that you built up.
Yep.
And that's a huge rail line. I mean, it's expensive. But beyond that, we haven't really needed it. Head north. Alright, cool. Yeah, that connects. Oh, wow. We can go a much longer distance with these power poles.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty big area.
Wait, can I actually do that? Oh, no, that's silly. I can build solar panels underwater.
Very nice.
And apparently they function. Alright, double checking. Alright. I'll get the water cleaned up over there. Let's just throw a house down for a second. That just makes it easier. Throw a plant analyzer down. Okay, it's getting really close. Okay, apparently there are no rocks over here. There's no basalt, graphene, phosphorus. There's nothing over here. Analysis radar. Okay, yeah, this little block here has got nothing. Alright, we're going to give that a second to clean up water. So hope you've been having a good Sunday, Pi.
Yeah, I can't complain too much.
If you did, nobody listened anyways.
There's also that.
You know, every time I hear the "I can't complain" thing, instantly the Monty Python skit about complaints comes to mind. And I've been pondering the idea of the uniform thing, while we've been sitting here playing and talking and whatnot too. And I think when I go get my son's uniform, I may look at going ahead and get one for myself as well, and get all the different patches and everything that are supposed to go on it. I just hope the patches are easy to remove, because you've got a shoulder patch that goes on the uniform that states you are the lion den leader or the tiger den leader, or whichever level you're at. So I'm hoping that that's something that's removable, so that as I move up to the next den with my son, I can swap it out for the next one.
Yep.
And then realizing this, and this is the other thing, the other reason I'm questioning getting getting that is because, I realize my kid's only in kindergarten, so I'm looking 5-6 years ahead. But once he's moving into 5th grade, he'll be at the first stage of being in the Boy Scouts. At which point, he won't need me as a den leader, because there won't be a den anymore. He'll actually be going to scout meetings, where a parent is no longer required.
Yep.
And he'll have older Boy Scouts teaching him things and whatnot. And so I'm like, okay. But we'll see how this thing grows and where it goes. Who knows?
Yep.
I got no problem doing the Cub Scout thing. But when it comes into then stepping into actually be a leader in the Boy Scouts, that's where I'm very much going, no. In my head, you have to have been a previous Boy Scout to really be able to give that leadership, because you've got all this training ingrained in your head from being a Boy Scout. My wife's 2 brothers are both Eagle Scouts, which means they completed the highest tier possible in the Boy Scouts. I don't have that experience under my belt. I don't know what that means to do something like that, to accomplish something like that. I know it's a major accomplishment, but to know what it feels like, to know what it means to have done everything to get to that point, I have no reference to go off of. But again, that's many years down the road.
As I say, that's future use problem.
Yes. Oh, all right, we move to our next terraforming stage. All right, Dreadnought. So I got a vote from chat as well that I should get a uniform. Alright, this water's looking pretty good now, so... Well, and the other thing is that, it's something my wife pointed out, is that as a leader, if you have a uniform and you wear uniform, it encourages the boys to want to have a uniform and to wear a uniform. I'm not sure if the parents will appreciate me encouraging the kids, because, well, that's an extra expense. And these littles are in elementary school, which means they grow 6 inches every 2 weeks. At least that's what it feels like. Hey, doing the area fertilization is not hard, chat. It's just time consuming. Yeah, no. Alright, this section is starting to look pretty green over here. But now we're getting ready to move into areas that need to have the climate control tower added to it. And that's why I was saying we want to start doing nuclear power, because we start installing those climate control towers. How much power do those things require anyways? I know they're...
600, I think?
600. Okay, 600 is not bad. But the number of them that we're going to have to build, we're definitely going to need more power added to the grid.
That's the main island's main power network.
Holy crap! Okay. Jesus, what did you build? Where did you build? Oh, I see. You're over there. I think. No, I don't see you on the map there. Where are you on the map?
I'm in that radiation lake that was on the main island.
The one that's got the 3 uranium deposits? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see you over there. Okay. Yeah, all right. 55,000. We're good for... I think this guy is good for the rest of the game. As long as we're just making sure that we get the grid connected all the way around.
Yeah, I have 7 nuclear reactors over here at the moment.
Jeez. And we have... Hey, Voodoo. And we haven't even gone into the other radiation zones yet. So I think the one item that we haven't scanned and it hasn't shown up is phosphorus.
Notice you're missing it. Yeah, I mean, we've had it, but...
Well, phosphorus also didn't show up on the map, but I'm looking at... When you look at the map, you'll see there's a gap between the sapphire ore and the basalt, and I think that's where phosphorus is going to go.
Sounds about right.
Because it's not going to show us large rock deposits. They're everywhere. Matter of fact, I am going to put down a little ship platform here. Throw a recall on it after I make a controller. There's my ship. Well, because I want to see if this unlocks the last thing to scan. Oh, there. Oh, they blink red too when it finds them. Oh no, there's something else. Phosphorus went under graphene. That's interesting. Oh, while I'm over here, may as well. How are you on water?
I wonder if there's a break there because it's showing ores versus rocks.
Possibly. Because it's showing graphite, basalt, and phosphorus. I can't think of anything else that doesn't show up on the map. So we run a belt under the rail line. Throw that there. Throw this here like so. This goes here. That'll go there. And then we're going to add this to the water network over here. There we go. Hold on. Double check.
Oh, I see you have the spinny going on.
Yeah, the upload speed's still there.
Oh, and there's a small crawl forward.
Quite a bit. It's definitely starting to even out. It's starting to look a lot better. It's trying. It's holy crap. This thing is bouncing all over the place. It was back up where it belonged, and then it dropped all the way back down to 700. Oh, let me pull up the other screen I was trying to keep a close look on. Okay, no, we're fine there. Back 10,000. Alright, I think we're back. I think we're good. No round two. No round two, Dreadnought. I'm curious what kind of trees are going to grow over here. Hmm. Very nice trees are growing over here. Okay, lots of trees. Holy crap. This thing just sprouted a forest. In the super hot zone.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, running pipe over into that caldera. That's going to be fun. This island alone, I'm going to wait until the two of us are working together on this one. Because I think this one will be fun for us both to work together on. Because it's going to be the whole thing of going, gotta throw out the climate control, but the climate control needs time to actually reduce the temperature. I have a miner hooked up to that that's not going anywhere. Why is that not going anywhere? What happens if I destroy that? If I destroy that warehouse, why is there no ruby coming down that belt? Belt's not even running. Okay, I think that belt's full and it's just not showing it. But the what if that I'm thinking, because I am using all pop slots over here, if I destroy that warehouse, I really hope it destroys all the stuff. But then I have got to, yeesh, then I've got to line up. Alright, I'm going to try something. But first, I got to make some quantum processors. I'm going to try to get us another tier 3.
Gotcha.
I'm just not sure how this is going to work because I'm going to destroy a tier 2 to replace it with a tier 3. Because unlike belts and stuff, you can't just say, I want to upgrade this warehouse to a tier 3.
Yeah, that is not how it functions.
So I have to do some very careful lining up. I'll probably need to use my drone. Try to line this up. And of course, I just put a bunch of trees in my way. Because I'm SMRT, smart.
Well, you know. If we were going to do things the easy way, we'd be smarter than what we're doing.
Right?
We'd be planning and all the other stuff.
I have everything that I need for it. So you have to give me a second because I just demolished a whole bunch of stuff that was in our warehouse. Now I have to get this lined up. Actually, if I just back this up a little bit, that'll make it easy to run the belts. There we go. Oh, crap. No, don't even finish building it. Apparently I built it backwards. Oops. Well, that might not be an oops. I think we're going to be okay. Hey, all the parts that we're needing for our construction needs now are all going in the warehouse. We already have everything. Alright, that brings our stacks all up to 80s. So, 2 more tier 3 warehouses will get us that 100 stack. So if you have a spot wherever you're working at that you feel could value from, honestly, it doesn't even matter if it's going to value from it. If you happen to be in a spot where there's a warehouse and it's using all 5 slots of the warehouse, then just go ahead and swap it out for a...
I could do that with the steel, but not feel the...
We would lose a lot of steel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to advise doing that one. This is already a tier 3 warehouse? Yep. How about down here? That's climate regulator. That's geothermal plant. That's train station. That's train station. Yeah, that's right, because the trains bring 2 separate things. Geothermal. Tier 2 warehouse. Oh, but the stuff we have going to that tier 2 warehouse. Oh. I'm looking at that little strip of land where we got so much. It is so busy over there because there's so many resources so tightly clustered together. I'm not sure I really want to swap that one out because I think that one's going to have more than... Yeah, I don't think that'd be a good idea. But hey, it's great. All these machines are running now. So it's kind of fun to see that everything's doing its thing. I have an extra phosphorus miner for no reason apparently. Alright. See, they said this quarterly life thing they added in is great and all, but I could have sworn in their update notes they said that they had made it to where you could attach your splitters and conveyors, or your splitters and your mergers directly to the belt, but that's not the case.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but...
Or, you know, and maybe I misread. Maybe it's future planning that they were saying that they were going to do.
It could be. Yeah, I very well myself may have been like, "Ooh, they're doing that," and didn't actually read the, do the note.
Right. Alright, well, I got this area that's going to work on filling the warehouse back up. It has green now. Where did I park? I covered a pretty nice area. And man, it spawned a ridiculous number of trees over here. But it looks good. So, alright, back to where I was working. Oh, wait a minute. I want to work over here. I had a thing I want to do. Alright, we are going to do this. Because now that we can actually see how far this thing goes, we can come all the way down here. It's close enough. Okay. I want to put this one over here. There we go. That grid is connected.
Yeah, I'm working on connecting some grids myself, but I'm doing a slight detour.
Well, I just managed to connect the super hot island to the main grid.
Very nice. Yeah, I noticed that I'm kind of using iron plates faster than we're making them, so I'm going to rectify that.
Ah, okay. Well, there's plenty of iron out there that's not being used. There's one just south of you. And there's one right there next to the uranium.
Yeah, there's two across the other side of the lake that I think I'm going to use.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're right next to each other, too. Yeah. Okay, I don't feel like this is right. When you get over to those two iron nodes over there, throw down a house and toss an analysis radar on top of it. Because I don't think we're seeing all the resources that are over there.
It's entirely possible not.
Holy crap, look at that water network you built. Whoa! Total in network 16,000 liters per second.
That's going to rise because I put a bunch of it in a not purified area.
I see that. Oh, I've been watching it rising, and the demand is currently 4,300. Hey, still 4,300. That is quite the demand. Do you have that network connected to the pipe network on the? No.
It's connected to the nuclear reactors at the moment.
Well, I figured that because of the demand that I saw it was, but because our main area that we started in, I was thinking, oh man, that actually might be something to kind of connect together there.
Yep, I plan on doing it.
Okay. Yeah, off in the east, you've got 2 geothermal plants next to a large iron deposit that I don't know what they're doing. Oh no, I think I think I built those.
Yeah, you did, because originally you had the radiation cleanser
Yep.
here.
That's right. I've got the radiation absorber over there, which only absorbed such a minuscule amount when you look at it.
Yeah, that's why I built a second radiation cleanser. I got impatient, so I built a second one in the area as well.
Yeah, no worries. That's part of the reason we're doing this as partners in crime, you know. And of course, all the kids are all super stoked and super excited right now because they had finished their what they refer to as EOGs. For those of us from the older generation, you would know that as your BSAP, where it basically dictated whether or not you had the basic skills necessary to move to the next grade. And EOG stands for end of grade tests, and but because of the whole no child left behind thing, which, all right, so y'all hear me say that I do not like to talk about politics on my channel or anything, which I don't. But the whole no child left behind, I see the benefit in it, but I also see the harm that it can cause as well. For instance, my youngest brother, he got held back in first grade because he didn't achieve the skills and whatnot, but his maturity level wasn't where it needed to be to move forward as well. And the thing is that because of where his birthday landed, he actually wound up starting school basically a year earlier than he should have, because of how they have that. Because he was right on that cusp, right on that dividing line of when school, when you start school. And so, he struggled through kindergarten and first grade. But then they held him back. But then that created its own problem because he'd learned a lot of the first grade stuff. And so now he's bored in class because he's going, I already learned all this. Yep. So, but then he also developed that maturity that he needed. He developed, and he picked up on lessons that he didn't pick up on previously. And so, that helped him in the end. But then, he always had that problem being with kids that were a year younger than him. But it was also that whole maturity level thing. So I still think that instead of the whole no child left behind type of thing. If a child's maturity hasn't achieved that minimal level to make it to the next stage, then yeah, it needs to be considered for them to be held back. I know they tried to augment it with doing counseling and special and that kind of stuff, and I've seen success with that, but I've also seen failure with that, where it just doesn't take.
Yep.
And that's because the child needs to go through some life experiences before they just grow up a little bit. Now, granted, me as a dad, I'm also sitting going, damn it, stop growing up. You're doing it too fast. I can't keep up with this. Like I said, my daughter's going to be a teenager tomorrow. So I'm going to be the dad of a teenager. Thankfully, she's not a moody teenager. However, I have 2 other children. And I'm very concerned. I am very concerned how it's going to work with the middle one. Because I saw this thing on Facebook that I thought was great. Said, said, having my well-behaved, respected first told me I was doing a good job as a dad. My second child taught me not to judge other parents. And that's where I left it at. And I'm, for me, because I got 3 kids, I'm sitting here going, oh, that is an amazing quote to have on there. I'm not going to see the effects of that until my middle one hits middle school, but at the same time, I got a serious suspicion she's going to wind up being the moody one. Because she's already moody. Sorry, Chad, I'm grabbing a smoke too while we're chatting here. But in the end, I'm very proud of all my kids. They're doing a great job. And for those of you that weren't in the chat last night, today was awesome. I brought up to my wife that I thought it was interesting that at my daughter's birthday party, it was all girls, except for this one boy. And the middle child immediately jumped on that and went, that means she's got a crush on him. My oldest daughter's cheeks turned so red after the middle child said that. And I'm sitting there going, you're not helping your cause here because you're trying to say you're not. And you have turned so red that I'm left just going, yeah, I think the middle one might have a point. Oh, I did this weird. Okay. Well, we'll do this. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. We're just going to run the pipe like this. And then we're going to run a belt. From there to there. And then we're going to drop a water pump. It's not going to be a happy water pump. At least not right now. Just going to be waiting for the water to get purified. And then I got to run back to my house to get some air. Or just build a house. We'll just build a house. Be faster, safer. Oh! I see the problem. Alright. Can't build that there. Let's get a expensive item built. I was trying to build living compartments and they kept melting as soon as I built them.
Oh, yes, that could be a problem.
Oh, yeah, I think we're going to need a thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering what's going to happen with this merger the Charter's doing. But I mean, honestly, I've been happy with my Charter internet because I actually get a solid connection. I think the issues I have with upload speeds and everything is on my computer itself. I think there's some crap running on it that the only solution to it is going to be doing a fresh rebuild on my computer, which I don't want to do because that means I got to go back in and reset all my Streamlabs settings and everything to make sure everything's running. But let's talk about this young man though real quick. He was definitely able to flex some muscles, Pi. I think I told you about this last night about his skill with the claw games.
Yes, yes.
Holy cow. Oh, and it was also interesting that apparently, because he's part of the drama club, he played one of the characters in the play. But he had decided that his character was going to have a British accent. Well, I forget what kind of actor it's called, but apparently he took on that role 100%. And he was practicing his British accent to make sure he could pull off what he wanted to do. But practicing his British accent meant that for him, the way he did it, he spoke in a British accent for 6 months straight. Not just at school, not he spoke in a British accent at home and everywhere he went. And I'll give him props. Man, the boy, he nailed the British accent. I mean, not many, to be perfectly honest, not many Americans can pull off a British accent. From what I've seen and what I've watched and everything, I've seen plenty of Brits. They can pull off an American accent no problem. But Americans pulling off the Brit accent apparently is a challenge. And he did an absolutely amazing job with it. and it fit his role. It made the play just that much better.
Oh, that's good.
And of course I had to ask my daughter, because the kid's accent was so good. I asked her, because I'm hearing his accent. I'm going, so Holler, where's he from? Because I'm picking up like 3 different English accents on here. I mean, is he from London? Is he from Gloucester? You know, because I've spent enough time around people from Britain that I've started to have an ear for noticing the slight differentiations in the accents depending on where in England they're from. And my daughter went, well, he's not English. What? Oh, okay. No. He's been raised in a southern redneck family. You know, they're all about going out fishing and hunting. Oh, see, Dreadnought, I don't keep guns in the house at all. I'm not a gun person. However, I have the other option. Because I am a aficionado and I teach. At least I used to. I have swords. You know what the best part about the sword is? I don't have to put it back together. I can just be sitting there sharpening it. It's ready to go. Whereas, if you're sitting there cleaning the shotgun and whatnot, you gotta put the thing back together, load it, and everything before it's actually useful. Whereas a sword, oh, that sends a real threat. Growing up, you know, I dated girls where their dad cleaned their guns in front of me, whatnot, when they were trying to have their conversation with me, thinking that cleaning their guns in front of me was going to be a threat to me. And it didn't faze me at all, because I was like, I can be in my car, out the driveway, and down the road before he has that thing put back together. Alright, we're good over here. Start getting some temperature going. Check our plant analyzer. I have to build one first. I wasn't intending on doing that over here. Oh! Nice! Okay, so it's updated itself now. This is awesome. If you are near, or if you just make yourself a little house to move into, and throw down a plant analyzer, you can take a look and see where we're at on our progress with our quote unquote personal goal to make happen.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you what percentage of the water we filtered, what percentage of the planet we have fertilized, how much of the climate has been regulated, how much of the radiation has been cleansed, and it does it all in percentages.
Right. Yeah, I see it's 18.
Right.
Or that's 16. 8 higher than 13.8, 39, and 47.1. So we're moving on now.
But that also tells us that, all right, to do the goal of making the whole planet green, I'm starting to think this is going to be like 5 or 6 sessions. I mean, as much fertilization as we've done, as much green as we've put on the map, we're only at 18%. This is going to take a while.
Yeah, it looks that way.
And this may be one of those that we may decide to do a little bit offline. Just to kind of plow through some of the percentages. Not to finish it. But that way we don't have chat sitting there just watching us going, all right, let's sit here and build more tree greenhouses and water and everything. I mean, like, we could do an offline thing where we just go ahead and run the power grid. That way the next time we're on stream, we can, alright, is that water safe now? Oh yay, the water's safe. I can swim through it. I'm not dying. Oh. Nope. I found a spot where it was not safe. And I instantly died. I almost thought I was going to be able to swim all the way across, but I can get out in the water pretty deep.
Nice.
All right, my next goal. Because I'm over here. I don't even know why I'm over here. I came over here to do the warehouse. And then it was connecting power. And then I found that I couldn't breathe over here. Did we get the green to go at least all the way across the edge? No, we didn't. This spot here. Alright, let's put down a water pump. Hey, since I'm over here, may as well at least make what all I made all connect. You know?
Indeed.
Oh boy, this is a tall cliff. This is going to bring water quite a distance.
Well, we have all the plates needed to drag it wherever.
Okay, good. Oh, I used to do hunting and whatnot. Don't get me wrong. I got nothing against it. Yeah, don't think that I've got a. Don't think I have a problem with it. I mean, for me, how do I explain this? For me, having a lack of guns in the house is more of a, it's more of a mental health thing. So that's the best way I can explain that. Say, I just don't trust myself with guns. It's not that I don't want my kids getting their hands on them or anything. I don't trust me. But that's as far as I want to go with that conversation. And, you know, my son's got his Boy Scout stuff, and that's teaching him firearm safety and stuff, so, you know, I'm good with that. He's got uncles that like to hunt. I love to hunt. I haven't got to go hunting I haven't had a chance to go hunting in like 2 decades now. I used to be a damn good shot with a rifle. Oh, yay. So, with what I did over here on the super hot island, I increased our fertilized region by 0.8%. Woo! Honestly, what we're building in this now, it's literally, you see the way this map looks here? See how we got our cold regions, got our hot regions, we got our radioactive regions. Our goal is to take this green that we got going on and spread it across the entire map. I mean, we're already at the stage that we could go ahead and build the habitats, because all we have to do is build the habitats, 5 tier 1s, 2 tier 2s, then they'll give us the Earthlink communication tower. You drop the Earthlink communication tower, and that's it. You're done. It's finished. Even though we're in the red on the fertilized regions and the water filter and whatnot, but we drop the Earthlink communication tower that sends signals to Earth saying that the planet is fully terraformed and ready for human arrival. But it currently doesn't require us to have all these things in the green. Unless they have changed something. But to my knowledge, they have not changed anything in that particular area.
They might down the line, but not right now. Like,
I think they're going to have to add a lot more construction stuff. And what they've got is awesome. I think they're going to have to add some complications. And whatnot to make it where it's actually worthwhile to go and green the entire planet. We're greening the entire planet just because, well, that's what DDG wants to do. I mean, we could easily wrap this whole thing up tonight without greening everything. We could build the habitats, build the Earthlink tower. We got more than enough power. And there you go. Done. I got no problem with building the habitats. I'm saving the Earthlink tower until we have actually made the whole planet green. Now, there are a few things I kind of wish they would do. And I don't care which way they do it. But when you throw down the climate control, that adjusts the temperature of the area. And you'd see this more in the cold region than you would in the hot region. But either melt the snow, or now that we made it where we can grow trees, at least put snow on the trees. Because right now, when you go and do the climate control, plus you put down your area fertilizer down in the cold zone, the trees look just like the trees we have here. The only difference is the ground's still white. But even the deciduous trees look like they're thriving there in the snow. And you're left just kind of going, yeah, I don't think that's how that works. Which is why I think they've got the... That's why I think they've got the whole DNA replicator. Because the only thing it does is replicate trees. I think they have that so that when you're in the cold region and whatnot, they can make it all evergreens. But, okay, fine, we got evergreens there. What do you put in the super hot region? It's definitely not evergreens. Because evergreens are extremely flammable. And it's why you don't burn pine in your fireplace.
I wish someone would take that lesson to heart.
I mean, the game that you and I played, I guess it was a couple months ago now, when we played Stronghold. Pitch is made from pine wood.
Yeah.
And it's used as a line of defense in medieval warfare to basically just set the ground on fire. I'm not as good at those games as I used to be. I used to be really good at them. But, man, after playing against you, I was like, holy crap, I haven't even got myself set up, and he's coming in here with a massive army. But that's also why I like games like this, the chill and relax games, because
Definitely.
I like to take my time. So the 4K, the 4X games and whatnot. Oh, there's an interesting question for you. Do you have Stellaris?
I do. 4X in terms of space grand threats are probably my overall favorite of the type.
Well, the reason I was asking is when we wrap up Eden Crafters, we could start a Stellaris game. The problem that I have, Stellaris, you can't stick on a dedicated server. And I haven't tried running Stellaris since I upgraded my computer. But every time I got to late mid game, all of a sudden the game crawled to a halt because it was trying to process too much crap.
That is less the PC spec, as I understand it, and more the fact that they continue to rely on the Clockwork engine, which is almost as bad as Bethesda's Gamebryo engine.
But it could be fun to do a co-op Stellaris.
Yeah, that would be fun. I've had very little experience playing that one multiplayer, just because for the longest time I didn't have an internet that could do it, or anyone else to really, kind of have a Sunday stream of it or something like that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A scheduled deal.
Okay. Well then, we'll keep Sundays as an open slot.
Yeah, as an example, but yeah.
But we might pick that up a little bit to just have a change. Because honestly, it's very different from the games I play on stream right now. I did enjoy Stellaris with the friends I used to play with. But at the same time, I hated playing with them. Because somehow they would advance their stuff so fast. My problem is Stellaris is... it's not really a streamable game. Because there's a whole lot of boring that happens. Oh, yeah. Actually, Dave, I'll tell you, or Dreadnought, you got a good idea there too, because I haven't picked that one back up in a while. Medieval Dynasty.
Oh yeah.
That's another one that I definitely was enjoying. Let's see. What was I doing? Alright, hold on, chat. Y'all distracted me. Oh, that's right. Okay. Treehouse. Area fertilizer. Piping. And then rubber belt. Well, that'll take care of that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed my Middle Dynasty playthrough. Alright, let's see if we can figure out where he's at. There's a spaceship in this direction.
I haven't used a spaceship in a while now.
Oh, okay.
That was not where I wanted to put that. Oh,
I'm trying to figure out where you're at so I can... Okay, there you are. You are to the west.
yep. I was about to say east, and I realized that's the other way.
Yeah, you and me both. Alright, Dreadnought. Yeah. And I hate to admit it, but yeah, I was just about burning through this 12-pack. I might have to throw up a be right back screen so I can run out to the little corner stop next to my house. Kind of an unusual thing for me to do, but hey man, all this water's still yellow.
It could be slowly changing.
My great uncle, he had an in-ground pool, and so he was the one that all the epic parties all happened at his house. And then when I turned 21, oh, the parties became even more epic. Because he had all kinds of different brandies and rums and whatnot. He had these brandies and everything that, as long as you refilled them quick enough, it kept flavoring the brandy. Where there was literally a pear inside the bottle. And for the longest time, as a teenager and whatnot, I'm staring at that bottle going, how does that work? Oh, you forgot a belt over here.
Oh, did I? I thought I connected it, but...
I got it hooked up for you.
There you go.
But hey, that's awesome because it's putting out so much of a stream of organics that, yeah, that area fertilizer is never going to run out. Oh, but we're in extreme temperatures, so.
Yep.
Oh no, you got a climate
regulator.
thing. Yep, okay.
I need another one over here, though.
Hold on. Throw down a compartment. Let's see, where are we at? We are there. No, you should be good climate regulation wise. You'll need another one Oh, okay. Let me look at the map where we're at. Actually, right where you're standing, you need to put another one there.
Yeah, I was going to put one a little bit further north, but I can go in here. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, no, I'm looking at the range that it's doing, and you're going to need to put one there. Wait. They come in 12 ounce? Oh, yeah, I guess the cans are 12 ounce, aren't they? Time is it? Ooh, if I want to run up there, Triangle stops closes at 9 o'clock, so. I may have to throw us up on a be right back screen for a moment. Alright, chat, which would you prefer? Throw up be right back screen or leave it on a planet analyzer and you'll be able to see the progress that Pi is making while I'm gone. Your call. You let me know. Good. At the very least, you'd be able to see the progress we made rather than just sitting there watching my be right back screen. And then Pi, for about 15 minutes, I wanted you to entertain chat.
That is going to be a tall order for me. I don't talk much in the first place. Maybe put on some chill background tunes or something.
Yeah, I can't put tunes on. Oh well, maybe. I don't have a Suno playlist that I can run with. Crap. And I worked on so many Suno songs that if I try to if I try to do that, there's going to be some really weird crap to be playing. Oh, I know. It keeps on doing that because this game doesn't like it when I click off screen.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
Can't do both? Oh, music and have him entertain y'all? Yep. Oh, you know what? I'll play this. Just because somebody decided she wanted to make some music for the channel. Not entirely my style, but she also highlighted it as for me to use however I wish. So
there we go.
And I kind of like this song. So here we go.
Dragons here, remember the name. Dragon gaming, press on, let's go. Streaming the fun with an epic flow. Laughs, chaos, victory calls. In this game, the dragon never falls. Hit that like, hit subscribe.
There you go. That's what you get. Because the next song that I just started playing is not from my library.
We have been warned.
Hey, do it. However, I will point out that with Suno.com, in order to use the music on your stream or even on your recording, you have to have a paid subscription with them. Otherwise, you get hit with a copyright claim. But if you have the paid subscription with them, then any music you create, and you have unlimited credits, any music you create is fully usable on your streams, on your recordings, wherever you want to use them. Okay, I've gotta watch my time here. Hold on. Oh, okay, yes. All right. I'll be right back.
All right.
Let's, you know what? No, don't do that. Stop that. Stop that! I'm going to throw up some music on here. I'm just going to... That's probably going to chase some people away, but... Well, the problem is I didn't delete all the songs that didn't meet the mark for me, and so there's a whole bunch of crap songs in here. Okay, can't go that far because all of a sudden it becomes a satisfactory song. No, I can't do that. It's got too much with other people. Songs that I was making for other people and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm going to have to leave you to entertain them for a few minutes.
All right. Be prepared to be quite bored.
Well, I mean, just pay attention, chat, answer questions. Other than that, you know. Other than that, nothing else is expected. Yeah, but I don't know if you're able to see chat or not.
I do not. I have a single monitor.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd have to alt tab out and that pauses the game.
I got you. Yep. All right, well then, chat, if y'all will, just bear with me for a short period of time, and I'll be right back.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay, hopefully that didn't take too long.
I don't think so.
That was a bounce out, bounce back in real quick. Although, I will say this. That little triangle stop, where I just ran up to, they have got to be making bank on profits.
I don't doubt it.
Because the cost of everything at that little store is astronomically higher than it is at a gas station that's just 5 miles down the road. I mean, when at their shop, a pack of cigarettes costs $3 more a pack than it does at the shop 5 miles down the road. And I just, like, 12 pack of beer costs an extra $4.50 than what it does at the shop 5 miles down the road. It makes me wonder, going, exactly what kind of profit are they making? Plus, they've got all the little gambling machines there. So you know you're making up those. And our little area, oh, this is going to sound absolutely horrible. These little gas stations used to be ran by locals. They used to be ran by locals. And now, I'm going to keep this as vague as I possibly can. Now we have other people running them. And they're all about their profit. Jeez. $15 for a 12-pack of PBR? Oh, man. That's insane. PBR here, I can still get for $10 for a 12-pack. Actually, if I go to the right shop, I can get it for $8. But I don't drink PBR, so I respect myself a bit more than that. All right, where are we at on the map? Oh yeah, look at all the green that's happened. Oh wow, look at the pipeline he's got running. Wow. Yeah, he's gone quite a distance. How do I put this? I grew up in a German family. My uncle is a beer meister. So early in my young life, I found out what real beer tastes like. And so my beer palate, along with my whiskey and scotch and other palates, and my uncle was not poor, as you put it. And anytime there was a big party or anything, he'd pull out the quote unquote, he'd pull out the good stuff. And so from 12 years old forward, I learned what the good stuff tastes like. So my first indoctrination into drinking that kind of stuff was drinking the good stuff. And then when I got into my late teens, hanging out with my friends, and they're going, "Hey man, we're gonna go out and get drunk. And I'm saying, why? That doesn't sound like an entertaining evening. That doesn't sound like something I want to do. And, but I was also like, but I'll come out and drink with y'all. And then they show up, and they roll up with the PBR or worse, Schlitz. And I'm left going, because I tried them, because I never tried them before. And I took one sip of it, and I went, WTF is this? And it's beer. And I wound up looking at my friends going, this is not beer. I don't know what it is, but that is not beer. And then I got ostracized. And then I showed up with real beer. And I very much went the whole route of going, hold on guys, here, let me explain to you why I said what I said. Let me give you some real beer. So I went out and bought real beer. Because at that point in time, it was easy enough to hit the little cricket, and I didn't even need an ID. They didn't even ID me. They'd ID the crap out of you buying cigarettes. They didn't give a shit when you were buying beer. And so I went and grabbed some of the beers that I knew were decent and whatnot, and brought them back, and they tried them, and all of a sudden they were like, oh, wait, this is what beer's supposed to taste like? So I ruined a whole segment of rednecks on beer. Because all of a sudden they all went, yeah, I ain't drinking that crap. No, I've had good stuff now. Interestingly enough, with my uncle having been a brewmeister, something that I learned that I didn't know. Not Bud Light, but Budweiser. Budweiser is actually one of the top pilsners in the entire world. Where the hell is my spaceship? It's somewhere over
I think
here.
you're near it, though. A little bit south of you.
I found it. Well, I got to fly over where you're at and supervise your work, because you got no supervisor over there.
I promise I have done maximum spaghetti cartridge.
Awesome. Well, that is the requirement. That's what we expect. Yeah, that's why I come over here, and Pi tells me he aims to misbehave. Well, no, the thing is, Dreadnought, the beers I introduced them to had twice the octane in them than what they were used to drinking. Make sure that's actually in the, yep. No, actually I drink Yingling. Yingling is my choice of poison. Because I personally prefer lagers and IPAs. I really love my IPAs. Unfortunately, most of the IPAs that I like do a mule kick to your mouth. Hey, they're tasty. They're very tasty. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember my Ice House era. Oh man, I loved Ice House. Ice House is 5.5. The beers that I brought them were 8.9. Just because I can. Just to make Pi go what? Just to make Pi come over here and go WTF. Then the submerged solar panel.
Gotcha.
Well, I see what you're doing, so I'm trying to go ahead and do your coastline power.
Right. Thank you.
Because I think that with the goal that we have right now, it's much better if we actually work together rather than separate. So if I can do something that's helping what you're trying to accomplish, then we're all better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Dot definitely has a kick. Actually, one of my absolute favorites is a triple bock called Bell Ringer. Oh man, I love this brew. Made by RJ Rockers. And RJ Rockers is a local brewery, but RJ Rockers is sold across the nation. But Bell Ringer you can only get here. Bell Ringer is not a beer. Not at its alcohol level. It's not even a wine. I mean, it's carbonated and it tastes like a beer. It tastes like a triple bock. But the thing's 18.9%. Which means it is just shy of the lowest grade whiskey. That is a potent beer. Yeah, no. You and me both, Dreadnought. Yeah, I avoid the hard stuff because, yeah, my inner monologue becomes an outer monologue. However, once we get the fence fixed and everything, I actually have a plan because I'm going to have a new shed, apparently. The lady who's trying to help us out with our house and everything, one of the things she's working on getting us is a new shed because mine got absolutely demolished. Mine was made entirely out of plastic, though. And she's looking at getting us an actual wooden shed, which is awesome. And come on, put that thing down. Oh, I'm out of power. Okay. Well, anyhow, I'm going to finally do what I've always wanted to do. And I'm going to get some beehives going. And I'm going to start making some mead. Because if there is any alcohol that is my weakness, it's mead. Okay, something's glitched in the game.
What's up?
Because I am all the way out where I'm at, and I've been running along, dropping down power, and it's saying I'm still good on oxygen.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
Oh! I know what it is. Hold on. That's the other reason we don't have to green the planet. I want to green the planet. But I am betting let me throw down a little climate regulator.
Curse like it's 100.
Right. So that makes it where the whole planet, we don't have to worry about oxygen anymore. So, you know, it says it has the Earth-like atmosphere. But when you look at the greenery and everything, I mean, if we're going to make this as a place for people to move into, you know, we will make the place nice. I mean, we could be the assholes going, all right, we got everything started for you. The rest of it's on y'all. We could absolutely do that. And honestly, personally, that's perfectly a respectable decision to make as well. Well, we got the terraforming kicked off, but the thing is that the Earth antenna is supposed to say we've got the place fully terraformed and ready for y'all to move in. And I can definitely say we do not have this place fully terraformed. And honestly, I don't even expect us to get it all the way up to 100% pi. What I'd like to see, though, is the 4 terraformation stages that we have there. The fertilized regions, the water filtered, climate regulated, and radiation cleansed. I'd like to have them all green.
Sounds like a plan.
And hey, we have moved from the 18% that we had on fertilized, and we're up to 30% now. So the greening has begun. Yeah, I think the Earth-like atmosphere has made it where it doesn't matter where we're at on the planet, we can breathe. I think. I'm guessing.
That's got to be that.
But the fact that I ran all the way up the coast and then realized, wait a minute, why is it not bitching at me about oxygen? And I look at my oxygen and it's completely full. And I'm going, well, that can't be right with what I've been doing. So I've been running the electricity up the coast. Oh, I'm just doing coastline electricity. You know, I have to double check on the map, see if you have to throw a power pole down in the middle of it.
Yeah, if I need to go to the center, I'll have to throw one down.
Yeah. Oh, I want to see something else too. Alright, I'm going to throw down a different power item. I want to see if it has a better. I want to see if it has a bigger circumference of effect. I don't think it does. I think we get extra power, but the radius doesn't change. All right. Well then. Get back to this. Like I said, all I'm doing is running power right now.
Yep.
But that way you don't have to worry about power. You can just throw stuff down and yeah, well, you know, when you make moonshine, because that's what you got there. And now, when you say grape, was it muscadine? What kind of grape was it? Because muscadine, oof, that makes some potent stuff. Yeah, I'm still not having to worry about oxygen. The thing is that quality of life thing that they gave us on the map, letting us see where the power grid was actually interacting with itself, that's a massive quality of life thing for us.
Oh, yeah, that is huge.
And sadly, as far as long with the game as we are, having the scanner for the rocks and everything, yeah, that would have been really, really cool about 3 sessions ago.
Yeah, at least it's there now for next one.
So we'll have to wait until we get to the lava planet. Let me double check, make sure. Alright, yeah, that's all interconnected. Can I get across this without dying? Alright, there we go. It's a small island. Well, like I said, I'm trying to do something useful. You kind of got the green thing under control, so I'm just trying to provide power along the way so that you can just do the water and the water treating area. Probably building them too close to each other, but you know what? I'm okay with it. And I'm not even throwing down houses with analyzers to show us all the nodes and stuff that we have around here. And this beginning planet, I will say, is with what they're requiring for you to terraform the planet, this planet is highly underutilized. Because you can do everything within just a couple of small areas. And hell, the only reason you make stuff green is because you get tired of not being able to breathe.
Yep.
I'll cover that. I could be throwing on water purifiers too. I didn't think about that.
I've been doing as I go along.
Well, my thought was that I could be throwing on water purifiers because they take time to purify the water, you know. So if I've been throwing on water purifiers, that would take a step out of your needs.
Right.
So yeah, I wasn't doing it earlier, but
You're on the case now.
yeah. Alright, that island is completely covered in power.
Yep, yes it is.
I see you definitely been making your way through. Holy crap.
Now, these things cover a decent area for the purpose of greenification. Not trees, but green.
Hey, if it counts, then Are you using the area fertilizer, or are you just using the?
The area fertilizer.
Okay. I like the area fertilizer just because, well, it gives us trees. It makes it look pretty. All right, let's throw down a house real quick. Well, because I want to see where we're at. Really? Oh, okay. I see. I see. Let's get one of these. Alright. That'll take care of that. Some of the greenification was being halted by temperature issues.
Yep, that has been the pain of my backpacking.
So I just dropped one on a small island, and as much of an area as that thing tends to take care of temperature-wise, it should take care of all the temperature in the area that you're working in. No. No battery banks are needed. I mean, if you're playing solo, battery banks can be useful. But playing multiplayer, it's not so much of a need. And honestly, we've already put 4 times as much green on this map than I've ever put on this map. Just because it's so huge.
Oh yeah, it's a beefy map.
So I'm really hoping that at some point in time, and I hate to throw this out there, but I hope that they make this planet more complicated at some point in time. I realize it's a starter planet, and yeah, sure, even if all they did was add the rule that to throw down the Earthlink tower, that you had to have all 4 of those in green, I'd be okay with that. Because then you're just going to be busy working on greenification, getting rid of your radiation, climate control. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Sadly, we're actually able to just throw down the habitats. And as soon as we throw down the habitats, it unlocks the Earthlink tower. We can throw down the Earthlink tower, and bam, there you go. We're done. Now, we're still in May. June's not that far away. And the next planet is supposed to be released during Q2. They may wait until May 31st. But according to the roadmap, the next planet's supposed to be released. And Dreadnought, hey man, you know, especially on Sunday nights. Sunday nights is an open night for me. You know, if we play a game that you actually are interested in, that you enjoy, dude, let me know. I'll shoot you an invite. You come join us. Oh, what Dreadnought's looking forward to is when I get the members only chat rooms set up on Discord.
Ah, yes.
Which I'll be working on tomorrow. So that we can have. Well, the thing he's asking me for is movie night, where
Right.
you know I'll grab a movie, I'll download it, and then I'll stream it on Discord inside the members only area. And now, granted, I haven't tested it yet, but as far as I understand, if I download the movie, then Amazon or Crunchyroll or whatnot, they're not going to be able to black it out. Whereas if I use a streaming service like Amazon, it blacks out the movie. You can hear it, but you can't watch it. And we're going to watch some fun movies. And there's going to be commentary while we're watching the movie and everything. And when I say fun movies, I'm talking like Mel Brooks movies and that kind of stuff. You know, it's going to be movies that I enjoyed as a kid. We'll watch Danny Kaye with Court Jester. That's a great movie. I haven't put down any greenery, but all of a sudden, trees are shooting up everywhere. And it's because Pie's on the move. He's got a system. He's very quickly outrunning me and my laying down the power lines. Double check.
I'm adding water purifiers around the little island up here.
Yeah, I hadn't put down water purifiers. I'm sorry.
No worries. It's a nice little change of pace for.
Yeah, I put down power. So yeah, bud, we'll definitely make it happen. It won't be streamed. It'll be Discord only. Because streaming it, oh my god, it would break so many copyrights.
It's a quick way to get wrecked land.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm on the tiny island. Why am I checking this? I already know that I've got this thing completely covered in power. Now I need to come over to where, well, actually, roughly where Pi is and continue running down the coastline. I think we'll probably wind up doing that next time. Oh, I don't disagree. throw down a little house. Throw an analyzer in it. Wow. Even though I know we've gone up in our numbers, but you look at the map and you look at our numbers and you go, wow, we have barely touched this. But with the two of us working on this together, makes it where these numbers are going up a heck of a lot faster than they would be.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the members only movie night will probably wind up being a once a month thing rather than a once a week thing. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'll have a members only movie night definitely. I think that'll be a fun thing to do. Of course, anybody that's listed as a moderator on my Discord has free access. But the movie night will be for brew tasters and above. There'll be a separate area that's for brewmeisters, because brewmeisters get access to the dedicated servers. Especially since I just, paid for another one. Only because the server wasn't doing an install the way I wanted it to, and I was determined I was going to be playing in Shroud that night. Yeah, this is moving along all right. There's still a lot of water filtration and greenery to do. I know it's only 9:30, but that's really funny. That's really funny and really sad. Ran out to the store to go grab another 12-pack because I felt like I was running out. And now I'm wrapping up this 12-pack and going, I'm actually thinking about wrapping up the stream. So I have opened up the 12-pack that I ran out to go get. That makes me feel kind of bad. But we did start a little earlier than we normally do. No, we don't need that. We still need to drop down. Honestly, it doesn't matter what's going into it. We still need to drop down a couple more. We got 3 more tier 3 warehouses put down.
I did put down 1, so we should only have 1 or 2.
All right, so that leaves us with 2 more to go. Actually, actually, it's early enough where I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream. But Dreadnought, I'd like to invite you to join me in voice on my Discord. And we got a few things to discuss because how you get your podcast and everything. Let's talk if you're open for that. So let me know if you're open for that before I wrap things up. Well, I got a hold of 12 now. But no, seriously, I like get with you and let's talk podcast and everything because I see your podcast has been going really well, and I know you wanted to chat with me on a podcast. Let's chat on a sideline outside of stream and whatnot, and okay, that I will discuss with you off stream. Because there's things that I've learned about that. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna wrap up here. Pi, I'm gonna leave the game running.
I can give you like another 10 or 15 minutes. I'll just DM you when I'm done.
Absolutely.
And no, I'd like to get some dinner before it's too late myself. So it's a good time.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we're choosing a good time to kind of wrap up here. So, all right, chat, we're going to wrap up. This has been a lot of fun. Well, I mean, this was one of those games that we've been steadily working on going, all right, we got to get this finished. But at the same time, we had our secondary goal of going, the game doesn't require this. But we want to make everything green before we put down the Earthlink communication tower going, all right, you guys can come move in. So we're going to take a look real quick. Oh, come on, play nice. Let's see who's on. And guys, please give some love to where I'm going to redirect you. Hit that like button. Bare minimum, hit the like button because all these channels, this helps out a ton. Oh, yeah, I know exactly who we're rating. We're gonna go raid Saint Hedgehog since he's been so kind to raid me 5 or 6 times now, and he literally found me randomly. And he's playing some Foundry, and I love playing some Foundry. So we're going to send you over to a game that you guys know that DDG loves playing. So, all right, y'all have a great night. Love you guys. Be kind to each other. And you know what? It's time to do some good. Give a good turn to somebody. Y'all have a great night.
Everyone,